it's not too late. It's never too late.
Hey boys and boys, sorry it's not actually Thursday, I got really busy. So, this week's topic is our 100th episode, so happy 100th episode, boys and boys. And we can either talk about awesome things about boys and boys or revisit a topic, and someone on our wall, Nia00mouse, posted a question for me relating to not being on testosterone and having top surgery. So I'm going to revisit the top surgery topic since I've since had top surgery. So I'm not on testosterone yet, and on July 23rd, so a little over a month ago, I had top surgery with Dr. Medali in Cleveland, and everything went smoothly. And the main thing about being on testosterone and not being on testosterone, there are a couple differences it makes, and a couple things where I'm not sure whether it made a difference or not. But one of the things that makes top surgery easier for the surgeon is if you have pec muscles. And those are definitely easier to build up if you're on testosterone. But I mean, there are also like guys that are on T who don't have decent pec muscles either. And I definitely am not the muscular type. I could pre-op, I could do 2 push-ups, which was up from when I was younger and couldn't do any, but you know, not exactly muscular. So yeah, and then one of the other things is, from what I've heard, not being on testosterone actually makes the healing, like, your skin elasticity and the healing process better. So that's an advantage to it, but, I mean, there are also a lot of guys who are on T whose top surgery comes out really awesome and the scars don't get that bad. So yeah. Really, all advantages and disadvantages aside, it's really just a personal preference because, like, I have always really been sure about having top surgery, but I'm still not, like, completely sure or not sure on testosterone. And, you know, binding, I know that a lot of guys go longer with binding before they have surgery, but it really became a bit of a, priority for me, just because I had had pneumonia a few times last year, and we think that's because of the binding. I think I've mentioned that before. So it was just like a real big priority to be getting rid of my chest and not binding anymore. So I did actually do a reveal of my chest last week, but I will do it again. So a lot of things in my chest have continued healing. I think one of my nipples was still a little funny last week. I don't remember. So yeah. This is my chest. The left side is not swollen. The right side still has a little swelling in it, as you can sort of see. Each incision is about 8 inches long, and then my nipples are just kind of chilling there. They're all set up now. I have a little weird indent in my chest, and I'm not sure why. It could be because I was slouching a lot, which makes it do that, or it could just have been the way he did the liposuction or something on my chest. I don't even know. So that's my chest again. I can't really think of anything else to say about it. I know that, I guess I'll talk about feeling in my chest a little bit, because a lot of guys, pretty much lose like 90%, like a lot of feeling in their chest, even like around here and everything. And I don't have feeling like literally in my nipples, but I have feeling like here and over on both sides. And then I have feeling in the middle, because they didn't really move anything there. Here, I can kind of feel that, but it just kind of like the skin doesn't have that much feeling in it. It's just like underneath, I can feel that I'm putting pressure on it. And then along here is kind of the same way, but then when I get below my incisions, everything I can feel, and up here, I have one spot right here that it just hurts when I touch it, but I can't really feel much else there. And then everything else is not my chest, so yeah. But the funny thing is I actually have more feeling in my chest than I did before. Yeah, and I guess that's a little atypical, but I'm not really sure why. It could just be because my nerves were happy. It may or may not have something to do with me not being on testosterone. I'm not really sure. It's a possibility. Yeah. So, I'm going to, and I'll just like touch really quickly on paying for top surgery. I went through a website called Care Credit, which is a loan, and for the first 6 months, it's interest free, which is a really awesome deal. But then after that, it goes up to like 23%. So I'm working my ass off with selling a lot of my collectibles to pay for that, which, just as Miles is stressed out about FAFSA, it has been kind of insane freaking out about making payments on a loan constantly. Paid off exactly half of it, and I still have like another 4 months, but it's still like really nerve-wracking. Holy sh... And I'm going to apologize for the lighting because it's all coming from this side, and I'm like turning white, because I'm so incredibly pale from never seeing the sun, never seeing my chest. So I'm kind of disappearing into the wall, which is awesome. Anyways, questions. Miles first wanted to know if we have crushed on someone via the internet. I have. I used to. There was actually, the first girl that I was really, really into was over the internet. Like, I had come out and then I met her and fell for her. And I had this great plan that I was gonna go meet her after I graduated, but now we don't really talk anymore, but it's okay, because I didn't really know her that well. And Kaden, what tattoos and piercings do you want to have? I had my ears pierced, you can kind of still tell. I don't know if it's easier to tell on this side or not. But over the winter, I tried to go from a 16 gauge to a 14 gauge, and it just looked really funny and made my ears bleed. So I took them out, and I looked kind of funny with earrings anyways. I do want a couple tattoos. I really want a phoenix feather, down on my chest, like along here, sort of starting back here and coming down here. I want a phoenix feather. Phoenix is sort of being like my transition symbol. And I want to like make it so like if I ever wanted to, I could actually add like the full bird across my back with the feathers coming across and around. And then I've started to think that I really want some text down the middle of my back. I haven't really decided what text, but I've been looking at a lot of like spine tattoos, and I think they're really awesome, and I want a tattoo down the middle of my back now. I just don't know what it'll be yet. And Alex Tuesday. Energy drink of choice. I don't drink caffeine. It makes my stomach upset. Sleep is my energy drink of choice. I generally get a legitimate amount of sleep, unlike most teenagers, because I'm weird and get sick if I stay up late. So I'm usually in bed by 1 and wake up at like 10. 9 or 10. So I get 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. And Wednesday Alex, Obsessions with Songs. There's a song by the Scissor Sisters called I Can't Decide, and it's like, I can't decide whether you should live or die. And it has this, there was an anime music video, AMV, made to it, and it got played a lot in Anime Club last year, and it gets stuck in all of our heads all the time, and it's awful. Like, it wouldn't be a bad song if I didn't have it stuck in my head all the time, but it's a really irritating song because I get it stuck in my head all the time. And my question, which Miles actually already answered, is do you have a Tumblr? Are you obsessed with Tumblr? How is Tumblr going for you? I do have a Tumblr. It's the same as my other thing. I'll put a link down there, maybe. I don't know. It's Hayden Roswell. If you can figure out how to spell my name, you can figure out how to find me on Tumblr. So yeah, and I have a problem called I go on StumbleUpon and then I post everything I find that I like on there to my Tumblr. Hopefully that won't affect my school stuff this year. So, sorry for the late video. Sorry if this ends up being really long. I don't know because I'm going to have to edit it now. And have a great rest of the weekend.